You only need two things to unlock the handstand push-up: a consistent handstand and sufficient overhead strength. What people don't realize is that the handstand push-up isn't that hard of a skill on its own. The hard part is building sufficient strength and balance. Once you have these two elements in order, you just need to combine them to get your first rep. The handstand push-up is not really a skill that you get by trying really hard. First, you just need to build a base, and once you have that, trying becomes easy because you already have sufficient strength and balance. So there are only two reasons you can't handstand push-up yet. The first reason is your handstand isn't consistent, and the second reason is your military press sucks. Let's start with a handstand. An inconsistent handstand is the biggest thing that's holding people back from achieving the handstand push-up. Most people just keep kicking up into a handstand hoping that you will get it one day, but that's not how it works. If you want to get a good handstand, first you need to train against the wall for some time, because the handstand is actually two skills. It's holding a handstand and getting into a handstand. And the problem is that most people just try to get into a handstand while they cannot even do a handstand yet. So first you need to hold a chest wall handstand until it's solid enough. Once you do that, then you start to take the feet off the wall slowly, one by one, to get used to the balance. Once that feels easy, then you train a handstand on the floor. So this is only the third step in your handstand push-up journey, but most people just try to do it on their first step, which is wrong. So first get a wall, then take the feet off the wall, and then do kick-ups on the floor. And if you do this, if you stay consistent, it is guaranteed that you will knock the handstand. Second reason is that your military press sucks. Your overhead press sucks. You're too weak on it. So you'll never be able to press your entire body weight above your head until you work on it. You wonder why you cannot do a handstand push-up, and meanwhile you can't even press 30 kilograms above your head to save your life. So how do we get better at the military press? You should train it twice a week in low rep range, 3 to 5 reps, and try to get better every week. Once you can press 75% of your body weight for a few reps, then you're already strong enough to do the handstand push-up. A lot of people are dogmatic when it comes to this and don't want to do the military press because they're quote-unquote calisthenics athletes, but that's just black and white thinking that doesn't help you at all. Actually, it does the opposite. If you get strong at the military press, you're going to build sufficient overhead strength to be able to do the handstand push-up. So if you want to unlock the handstand push-up, why would you not follow this step? So work on your military press until you can press 75% of your body weight for a few reps. Once you do this and your handstand is solid, then all you need to do is attempts. This is exactly what happened to me. I spent my journey getting strong at the overhead press and building my handstand, and once those two areas were good enough, I just did attempts and I got my first handstand push-up in a matter of weeks. And this is the exact formula that I teach in my Handstand Push Up Pro program, which you can find in the description, which will teach you how to get a handstand push-up as fast as possible. So you know you need a solid handstand and a strong military press. How should you combine them in a program for the best gains? You should train the military press 1 or 2 times a week and the handstand 3 to 6 times a week. This is because the military press is going to exhaust your shoulders because it's strength training, so you really need to respect the recovery if you want to progress. The handstand, on the other hand, isn't that demanding on your central nervous system, so you can train it many times a week. Actually, the more you train it, the better, because the skill is not going to tire you very much, and it requires tremendous dedication to get good at. So if you can go for 6 times a week, I would say it's better than 3 times a week. And these can be like 10 to 20 minute sessions. So if you're short on time, you can still do it. And this is the frequency you need to follow. You can rearrange this in any type of program that you like, as long as you're training the military press 1 to 2 a week and the handstand 3 to 6 times a week. One good tip to save time is before doing your military press, you can train the handstand and use that as a warm-up for the military press. So those are the two reasons you can't handstand push-up yet. Your handstand is not solid and your military press is weak. Once you fix these two issues, you're going to get your first rep, I promise. And if you want to get your first rep even faster, check my Handstand Push Up Pro program in the description, where you'll get the handstand push-up as fast as possible.